Hi, it's me again, and I tell you what, Gary Lineker is doing more for the fight to get people to cancel their TV licence fees than I could ever do. He's doing a cracking job of it. I wonder how many licences this year have been cancelled because of people's thoughts on Gary Lineker and not wanting to pay him his 1.31 million quid a year. Well, quite a few, I would imagine. And now we got this one. Let's have a look. Gary Lineker row sparks furious new demands for dishonest BBC to axe TV licence fee. I don't know when he became the poster child. Well, actually, I do know when he became the poster child for anti-TV licence debate. It's because he's the highest paid presenter officially on the BBC. Some of them get paid through BBC Studios, so may well earn a bit more, but we'll never know about that. But as far as the BBC goes, his contract is worth over 1.3 million quid a year, and he took a voluntary pay cut on that. And I've got no problem paying. If you need to get world-leading talent in, you've got to pay the money. Right? That's just life. That's what it is. It's their market value. But is his market value for presenting a bit of football 1.3 million quid a year? There's no other ex-footballer or half-decent football pundit that couldn't do it for 100 grand just because they wanted to be on the telly. No? If you're spending the people's money, BBC, then it's your duty to get the best value for that money. And if shopping about is what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But that's not really what this debate is about. He's pushed his boundaries again on social media usage. He caused a big furore, if that's how you say it, in the BBC earlier this year, didn't he? And kind of held them to ransom a little bit. And they pulled him back. And he caused this huge review into social media usage at the BBC. They spent a lot of money doing an internal review. Took them a little while to do it. And we've had some heads roll from it now. Carol Vorderman has been told she can't say what she wants to say on her social media. And she has stepped down. As I talked about in her video, I think yesterday, she stepped down from her position on BBC Local Radio Wales. But Lineker's still saying what he wants. This is what he wrote on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Marching and calling for a ceasefire and peace so that more innocent children don't get killed is really not the definition of a hate march. Now, he's allowed to have his own, I've said this loads of times, he's allowed to have his own thoughts and feelings on things. He's allowed to have a stance on things. We all do, right? But the BBC is supposed to be completely unbiased, and everyone working there is not allowed to show bias. And now, thanks to the review, they're also not allowed to show political leanings or bias in their personal social media usage that's public. So how's that work then? Why is the BBC not saying anything to him about that, whereas they're cracking down on everyone else? Why does Gary Lineker get a free pass to do whatever he wants to do? I fail to understand. Has he got some dirt on the boss of the BBC or something? I have no idea how he's just above it all. Just get rid of him. Get another pundit in that will toe the line a bit better, you know, and cost less. In his own intervention, Stoke North MP Jonathan Gillis said, "The BBC licence fee isn't fit for purpose anymore, and the BBC continues to be out of touch with the majority of British people. It's time to scrap the telly tax." It is interesting how whenever Gary Lineker opens his mouth and causes a bit of controversy, everyone's scrap the telly licence, like he controls it. Do you know what I mean? But he is the poster child for it, as we said. You know, and any time there's any uproar about the BBC, caused by Lineker or not, people want to get the licence fee scrapped. And it's snowballing. It is snowballing every month. More and more people are cancelling it. If you're cancelling it because of Gary Lineker, good. Like I said, I bet he has got more licence fee cancelled than I have. I mean, I've had quite a few cancelled. I don't know the numbers, but I get a lot of emails and a lot of messages from people who have cancelled because they've seen my videos or whatever. But I think Lineker's beating me. Good. Dudley North MP Marco Longi described it as a failure of BBC governance. He said some people don't have a problem with the Lineker using his taxpayer-funded platform to make political arguments. Others do. I do. I do because it diminishes further still the reputation of the BBC for being impartial. Lineker is synonymous with the BBC and he is paid for by the licence fee. There is no escaping this. Whatever rule changes the BBC make to allow him to be political, the biggest damage caused here is to the BBC itself. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, Dudley North MP Marco Longi. Well said, mate. And because this is the Daily Express, there's a poll with regards to the licence fee. Should the BBC licence fee be axed? Why does it have a don't know? Why take the poll if you don't? I've never understood that. I think you can understand and guess which way I'm going to be voting. No, I'm not a robot. Oh, it's closer than I thought, you know. Are you going to take this poll? Now, just quickly, while I got you here, it's not a sponsored post. No one's paid me to say it or asked me to say or anything like that. But every year I like to do a bit for charity over Christmas. And last year I supported Lennox Children's Cancer Fund, and I'm doing so again this year. And they have an Amazon wish list thing, and you can go on there and you can buy a toy. Some of them are £1, some of them a bit more expensive. You know, it's just a range of toys that you can buy. And they get delivered directly to the charity. You don't have to do anything apart from pay for it on Amazon. It gets delivered to the charity, and then they'll make sure that some sick kids have got some nice presents to wake up to on Christmas morning. And sometimes you'll even get a thank you note from the kid as well. So I put quite a lot of my own money in every year. If you've got a couple of quid to spare, do so. If you haven't, don't worry about it. It's not a sponsored post, no one's paying me to do it. It's just something I like to do every year. What do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and all of that stuff down there. And if you do that, hopefully I'll get to see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da!